Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join today's informative webinar. My name is Jacob Shelton, and I'll be your host for this session. Today, we'll be focusing on a variety of investment options that are available to US expats, particularly concerning our retirement accounts while we're living abroad. This is a crucial topic, as understanding these options can significantly impact your financial future. It's important to note that many of the points we'll discuss today are also relevant to our brokerage accounts. However, there can be a wider array of options available in that area. So please keep in mind that the statements I'll be making are generalized and may vary depending on the specific country that you're going to be residing in. If you have questions regarding your particular treatment of an account in your country, I encourage you to schedule a free consultation with me for a later date. I'm here to help you navigate these complexities. So allow me to introduce myself a little bit more personally. I do have a beard right now as it's winter time to protect myself against the cold. So you'll see my headshot, not quite so much, but I'm an expat myself, currently living in the beautiful city of Marbella, Spain, down along the southern coast, alongside my wife, Emma, and our adorable golden retriever puppy, Daisy. I'm originally from Portland, Oregon, and definitely grateful that I'm here in Spain when I check the weather forecasts this time of year from back home. My journey in the financial services world began in the United States, where I spent the first 10 years of my career in wealth management firms such as Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. This experience has provided me with a deep understanding of the many challenges that US citizens face when it comes to investing, especially when we move abroad. The transition can be daunting, but with the right knowledge and guidance, it can also be an extremely rewarding experience. To kick things off, we'll delve into the different types of retirement accounts that are commonly used by US citizens and explore the various options available for each. Following that, we'll discuss how US expats can effectively manage these accounts and what changes occur when transitioning from living in the States to living abroad. Finally, we'll examine the actual underlying assets that you can invest in and to find out what might be right for you. So let's begin our discussion with 401k plans, which serve as a cornerstone of many Americans' retirement strategies. These employer-sponsored plans offer significant tax advantages that can greatly benefit your long-term savings. When you contribute to a traditional 401k, you're using pre-tax dollars, which effectively lowers your taxable income for the year. This means that your money can go tax-deferred until you decide to withdraw it during retirement, allowing for potentially greater accumulation over time. For expats, it's crucial to understand how your 401k fits into your international lifestyle. If you're still employed with a US company, you may have the opportunity to continue contributing to this 401k plan. However, if you have left your American job for a different position, you still have several viable options to consider. One is you can leave the money in your old plan if that's permitted by the plan provider, which is typically the case for these employer-sponsored retirement plans. Two is you may choose to roll it over into an individual retirement account, IRA, at a cross-border compliant institution, which can provide you with more flexibility in investment choices than a 401k plan can. Alternatively, you can transfer the funds to your new employer's plan if your new employer is US-based and has a plan available that allows for foreign addresses. Each of those options comes with its own set of pros and cons, especially for expats. For instance, rolling over into an IRA might give you a broader range of investment choices, but it's essential to work with a provider who understands the unique issues faced by expats. This includes ensuring that the correct tax reporting documents are prepared for both the United States and your new home country. With retirement account rollovers for expats, timing is absolutely crucial. Remember, you're only allowed one rollover per account type in a 12-month period. Otherwise, there can be additional penalties and taxes. Also remember, the IRS views a 401k distribution as taxable income, even when you're living abroad. This means that any funds you withdraw from your 401k will at minimum be subject to US taxes, which can be a surprise for many expats, although you might pay your taxes in your new country of residence first and get this amount credited back if there's a dual taxation agreement in place. Therefore, doing these distributions correctly and in a timely manner can save you considerable taxes, allowing you to retain more of your hard-earned money for your retirement. It's essential to consider various factors that can significantly influence your financial outcomes, such as currency exchange rates and your current versus future tax bracket. These elements can have a profound impact on the amount you ultimately receive from your retirement accounts. Now, moving on to individual retirement accounts, commonly referred to as IRAs. There are two main types of IRAs that everyone should be aware of: traditional and Roth. Traditional IRAs operate in a manner that is very similar to 401ks. Contributions to these traditional IRAs are often tax deductible, which can provide immediate tax relief. The growth of your investments within the account is tax deferred until you make withdrawals, similar to the traditional 401k. This means that when you will owe taxes on the amount you withdraw during retirement, which can be significant consideration for your long-term financial planning. On the other hand, Roth IRAs are funded with after-tax dollars. While you do not receive an immediate tax break when you contribute to a Roth IRA, the money you invest grows tax-free. And qualified withdrawals in retirement are also tax-free. This can be particularly advantageous for expats who may find themselves in a higher tax bracket upon returning to the US or who anticipate higher taxes in the future. For the year 2025, the contribution limit for both types of IRAs is set at $7,000 a year if you're under the age of 50 and $8,000 a year if you're 50 or older, which these contribution limits didn't change from 2024. However, it's important to note that eligibility for making contributions and the ability to deduct these contributions from your taxable income depend on several factors. This includes your income level and whether you're covered by a workplace retirement plan, as well as whether the country you reside in recognizes the deductible contributions against your taxable income. As an expat, there are additional tax implications that you must consider when it comes to IRAs. The Foreign Earned Income Exclusion, or FEIE, can complicate your ability to make an IRA contribution. If you choose to exclude all of your foreign income under the FEIE, you might find yourself ineligible to contribute to an IRA for that particular tax year. However, if you have US sourced income or foreign income that exceeds the FEIE limit, you may still be able to contribute to an IRA. This option might make sense depending on the country in which you reside and the respective income tax rates. For instance, if you live in a country with lower tax rates and still have remaining taxes to pay on your income in the US, then contributing to an IRA could be a beneficial strategy for you. Conversely, if you're residing in a high tax country and typically do not have to pay any income taxes in the United States, then making contributions to an IRA might not be the most advantageous choice. For business owners of a US-based company, establishing a SEP IRA could be an excellent way to lower your taxable business income while simultaneously saving for your future retirement. This type of account allows for higher contribution limits compared to traditional IRAs, which can be particularly beneficial for self-employed individuals or small business owners. I work with a few cross-border US expat tax advisors that can give extremely specific advice regarding some of these decisions, so please feel free to reach out and I can make an introduction. It's also worth noting that some countries may not recognize the tax advantage status of your IRA, which could potentially lead to double taxation on your retirement savings. This is why it's crucial to have a solid understanding of both US tax laws and the tax laws of your country of residence. Consulting with a tax professional who specializes in expat tax issues can help you navigate these complexities and ensure that you're making the most informed decisions regarding your retirement accounts. Now, while 401ks and IRAs are the most common types of retirement accounts, there are other types of retirement accounts that you might encounter depending on your past profession or current profession. These include 403B plans, which are typically offered by public schools and nonprofit organizations, 457 plans, which are often utilized by state and local government employees, and the thrift saving plans, or TSP, designed for federal employees and uniformed services. Each of these accounts has its own unique features and benefits, and understanding how they work can help you make the best choices for your retirement saving strategy while living abroad. These plans share many similarities with 401ks, but there can be important differences in contribution limits, investment options, and distribution rules that are crucial for expats to understand. For those living abroad, the key considerations remain largely the same, but they take on an added significance in an international context. Can you continue contributing while abroad? Do these contributions lower your taxable income in your country of residence? Two, does your country of residence view these accounts for tax purposes? For example, Spain does not tax distributions from TSPs, but still taxes distributions from 403B, and both can still impact your taxes through the wealth tax. I have a client recently I was talking to yesterday who decided to not move to France because they are taxing these types of government accounts, and instead decided to move to Portugal because they don't. That's some of these incredibly impactful decisions that can be made even before making a move. So it's essential to remember that maintaining these accounts while living abroad can be potentially quite complex. Many US-based financial advisors may not be equipped or licensed to handle the unique situations that expats face. That's why it's crucial to work with financial professionals who not only understand the unique challenges faced by Americans living overseas, but are also licensed to work with foreign residents, particularly in the country where you currently reside. Having the right guidance can make a significant difference in your financial planning and retirement strategy. Oh, give me 1 second. My computer blacked out. Here we go. We're back. No matter in which country you reside, it's extremely important that you keep your retirement accounts custodied within the United States. No other country has the ability to receive 401k, IRA, or other types of US-based retirement accounts and maintain their tax structure. Moving these accounts to another institution that claims to be able to hold them offshore can lead to dire tax consequences that could significantly impact your financial future. The complexities of international tax laws mean that what may seem like a convenient solution could actually result in unexpected liabilities. Which brings us to one of the largest challenges for expats. One of the biggest hurdles is finding qualified financial advice tailored to the unique circumstances of living abroad. Many US-based advisors, again, are not equipped to handle the complexities of expat finances, and the vast majority are prohibited from working with overseas clients due to the regulatory constraints. Now, it may be tempting to use a US address to maintain relationships with US financial institutions. However, this approach carries significant risks. If discovered, it could be seen as fraud, potentially resulting in the forced liquidation of your assets, which could have a devastating outcome. Always be transparent about your residency status with your financial institutions to avoid any complications that could arise from misrepresentation. Accessing your retirement funds while living abroad can also be tricky for the same reason. Some US financial institutions may restrict or freeze accounts for overseas residents due to concerns about money laundering or regulatory compliance. It's crucial to work with institutions that are experienced in serving US expat clients. I just spoke with a couple that has accounts at Morgan Stanley who found out that they moved abroad. Their accounts are currently frozen, so we're going to rush to open some new ones so that when the accounts are liquidated, they won't have a tax consequence from liquidating IRAs and have a new place to hold these funds. That situation highlights the importance of proactive planning and the need to have a financial strategy that accommodates the realities of living abroad. Estate planning adds another layer of complexity to the financial landscape for expats. US retirement accounts are subject to US estate tax laws, but your overall estate may also be subject to estate or inheritance planning taxes in your country of residence. Careful planning is needed to avoid double taxation and ensure your beneficiaries can easily access the funds you intend for them. This requires a thorough understanding of both US and local laws, which can vary significantly. Beneficiary designations are particularly important and should be reviewed regularly. Make sure they're up to date and consider the tax implications for your beneficiaries, both from a US perspective and in their own country of residence. This is especially crucial if your beneficiaries are living in a different jurisdiction, as tax treatment of inherited retirement accounts can differ widely. Managing your investment portfolio as an expat requires a nuanced approach that takes into account the unique challenges of living abroad. First, let's talk about some risk tolerance. Your risk tolerance may change when you move abroad due to factors like currency risk, geopolitical considerations, and changes in your financial goals, which have particularly been true over the last few months. Understanding how these factors influence your investment strategy is essential for long-term success. To assess your current risk tolerance, consider your time horizon and how long you actually need until you access these funds. Have you thought about when you might want to retire? Or maybe you're already retired and need immediate income to fund your lifestyle. Understanding this timeline can help you make informed investment decisions. Are you saving for a specific purpose or just the general retirement income? A specific purpose might be for children's future education, or even for a home purchase. Clarifying your goals will help you determine the appropriate investment strategy and asset allocation. It's crucial to align your investments with your financial goals. Or do you need to generate this monthly income to support your current lifestyle? Your investment strategy should reflect those goals, ensuring that the portfolio is tailored to meet your specific needs and aspirations. This alignment not only helps in achieving your financial objectives, but also helps provide a clearer roadmap for your investment journey. Also, your comfort with market volatility. How do you react to the market ups and downs? Over the last 30 days, the S&P 500 has dropped almost 7.5%. Emotions can often get in the way of investing, causing many nervous investors to sell at the market's bottom, which could be the most detrimental thing for your portfolio. For those investors who are aware of this tendency within themselves, it can be significantly more effective to have a portfolio with lower volatility, even if it means sacrificing some future potential gains. This approach allows you to maintain a sense of stability and a peace of mind, which is crucial for long-term investment success. Behavioral finance plays a significant role in this success, especially for expats who might feel disconnected from their US-based investments. If the market experiences volatility like it is now, are you more likely to panic and sell, or maybe you even see it as a buying opportunity? Understanding your own tendencies can help you create a portfolio that you're comfortable maintaining for the long term, allowing you to avoid knee-jerk reactions that could jeopardize your financial well-being. By recognizing your emotional responses to market changes, you can develop strategies to counteract impulsive decisions and stay focused on your long-term goals. Currency considerations are also important. As a US expat, you're likely dealing with multiple currencies, including the US dollar and your local currency in your country of residence. Your investment portfolio should be structured to manage this currency risk effectively and potentially take advantage of currency diversification. For example, if you have a property purchase coming up, buying a futures contract for that amount could help stabilize the amount of dollars you will spend, allowing you to plan around it with greater confidence. This strategy can mitigate the impact of currency fluctuations on your purchasing power, ensuring that you're not caught off guard by sudden changes in exchange rates. Again, this can be especially true right now as we've seen the US dollar strengthening against many currencies over the past several months and then falling again. If we would have bought a futures contract for a potential 200,000 euro purchase in 6 months, right, that could be a potential 5% difference in that final purchase price if we would have bought that futures contract at that time. By taking some of these factors into account, you can develop a comprehensive portfolio management strategy that aligns with your risk tolerance and financial objectives. This proactive approach will help you navigate the complexities of investing as an expat and ensure your financial future remains secure. Remember, a well-diversified portfolio can help manage risk effectively. This can include a mix of US and international investments, as well as different asset classes like stocks, bonds, potentially real estate or other alternative investments. Diversification not only spreads risk across various sectors and geographies, but also enhances the potential for returns as different asset classes may perform well under varying market conditions. By carefully selecting a diverse range of investments, you can create a more resilient portfolio that can weather market fluctuations. Now, one particular instrument that has been increasing in popularity once again with these higher interest rates we've had these past couple of years are annuities. There have been some major changes in that industry that also have made them much more attractive than they once were. These can be held either in retirement account structures or outside of them. Many annuities that I've been working with recently are a newer structure in which you, for example, you get 85% of the upside of the stock market annually. But if it's a down year, the return would have a floor of 0%, or even sometimes a baked-in fixed minimum percentage. This is a great example for someone who's looking for capital preservation, but annuities do require a US address to get started, which is something that we would need to make sure that we set it up before you move abroad, and we can change to that foreign address once you do make that move. Just wanted to show a quick example of the last 10 years. This is a client that I was working with recently, who's 72, doesn't really need to use this income for some time. It's a 2-year mark to mark, and whenever we book in for individual consultations, we can always address some of these particular questions. And there's also a Q&A button there at the bottom of your screen. So feel free, as I'm chatting, to ask any questions that may come to mind. But as this is a 2-year, right, we're going to see this is the past 10 years, real life example of what we've actually seen. And so as we look at this accumulation value, right, at any point during this period, we can create an income stream of 6.5% of that year's accumulation value that will last for the rest of your life. This can be great, reliable income for expats that are moving abroad who are through for their retirement. And so this has particularly become popular with some of this volatility in the market, with some of these higher guaranteed income returns. Another question that I'm getting a lot of right now from clients is if we're able to move investments outside of the US. And the answer is yes, but we have to be extremely careful. One is we don't, like I said earlier, we can't move retirement accounts outside of the United States. We also have to be extremely cautious to avoid PFICs, or passive foreign investment companies. Think of it like a foreign mutual fund or ETF. Fortunately, we have options around this and can definitely be compliant. Another option that many Americans are using, private lending to large corporations abroad, which can yield up to 12% annually or even 10% as an income option that pays out 2.5% a quarter. So let me know if you have any questions on those types of accounts and options, as they may not be right for everyone. At our firm, we specialize in serving US expat like yourselves. We offer customized portfolio solutions starting at $100,000, tailored to the unique needs of Americans living abroad. Our goal is to provide you with the financial tools and resources necessary to navigate the complexities of investing while living outside the United States. We start by conducting a deep dive into your personal situation, covering topics such as estate planning, your country's tax laws, and your future plans. This comprehensive fact-finding process allows us to get a full picture of where you are financially and where you'd like to go. As an American citizen, we custody your assets within the US while ensuring in compliance with your country's regulatory bodies. This does lead to a slightly more complex account opening process with some additional compliance requirements. Consequently, it can take up to a month to get an account open and assets transferred. If you need to transfer your accounts to rebalance before the end of this year, it can be a great time to do so, or particularly as you move abroad. I have a lot of clients that are planning on moving abroad in July to not have this year be a foreign tax year, particularly like for countries like Spain and Portugal, where under 183 days, you're not a tax resident for that particular year. One of the key services we provide is access to US bank accounts while still being able to use your international address. It solves one of the major pain points for expats, maintaining US financial relationships without resorting to using a US address, which can lead to some of those complications I mentioned earlier. By facilitating access to US bank accounts, we can help manage your finances more effectively, ensuring you maintain your financial connections back home while living abroad. In conclusion, understanding your comfort with market volatility, aligning your investments with your financial goals, and considering currency risks are all essential components of successful investment strategy for US expats. By working with knowledgeable financial professionals who can understand the unique challenges you face, you can create a robust portfolio that not only meets your current needs, but also positions you for future success. The complexities of investing as an expat may seem daunting, but with the right guidance and well-structured plan, you can navigate these challenges and secure a financial future while enjoying your life abroad. We're also fully licensed globally, which includes our operations in the United States. This important licensing means that we're able to continue to serve you seamlessly, regardless of whether you decide to move back to the US or relocate to another country. Our global perspective is a significant advantage, as it allows us to navigate the complex intersection of US and international financial regulations with ease and expertise. This global licensing also provides us with the ability to continue investing in US-based asset classes, such as ETFs or mutual funds, without interruptions. This flexibility is crucial for maintaining a diversified investment portfolio that can adapt to your changing circumstances as an expat. Our dedicated team understands the unique challenges you face as expats, which can range from managing currency risk to navigating the intricacies of international tax treaties. We are here to help you make informed decisions about your retirement accounts and your overall financial strategy, ensuring you're well equipped to handle the complexities of investing while living abroad. It is important to remember that every expat situation is unique. What works for one person may not necessarily be the best solution for another individual. That's why we offer personalized advice that's tailored specifically to your circumstances, goals, and particularities of your country of residence. Now, would like to open the room for some questions. Is it possible to get a consultation with you without necessarily moving all of our assets over to you? Definitely happy to set up a consultation and do that, run through your scenario. We do have our fee structure is typically assets under management, so charges don't really start until there, and always want to help make sure to guide people along the way. Another question I have, are you able to help with golden visas? Yes, we are, particularly in Portugal, Cyprus, Dubai, Bahamas. Portugal is a huge one right now for US expats. And one strength that we do have is we are actually able to use retirement account funds to and create a self-directed IRA to invest within the Golden Visa program. So one of our specialties here at Holborn, certainly happy to take a look at your situation. Okay, couple questions, more questions rolling in. We are trying to move to Portugal ASAP. We have a 401k money we'd like to convert to Roth. We are not clear when we become a tax resident in Portugal. We're trying to stay in the 24% tax bracket in the USA. So certainly something that if you're trying to move to Portugal, right, and you want to get this conversion done this particular year, then we would want to have you move potentially in the second half of the year or spend under 183 days in Portugal, whether that means doing a little traveling on the back half of the year or whatever else, but can certainly start the process now, get everything set up, and so that when you do make the move, we just want to make sure to manage those days correctly. Another question here, looking at retiring in Portugal in 3 years, when should I start reviewing investments? I would say that depending on your situation, now might be the time. If we want to manage certain scenarios, right, and spin down different accounts, it might make more sense to do it over the next 3 years and to really look at that situation if it's right for you, right? We want to manage taxes. Taxes in Portugal are typically going to be higher than your taxes in the United States. And so it might make sense to, wind down retirement accounts or however else that looks for your particular scenario, especially if you're looking at a golden visa option, as that time in 3 years can actually work towards your path to citizenship and getting that Portuguese passport. So great question. 3 years, 5 years even, I've met with clients who want to get everything set up. If we're looking at an annuity product, 3 years can be perfect to allow some of that growth so that we're starting that income based off of a little bit higher amount. Great question. Okay, perfect. Well, it looks like that was all the questions for today. Please reach out. We will be sending a replay out here in the next couple days with a link to be able to book directly into my calendar. But hope everyone in the United States has a great rest of the day. And for those who've already moved abroad, have a great night. Take care.